2 years ago, I was living in Washington, D.C., a city I didn't really want to be living in, working for the federal government doing a job I didn't really want to be doing. So I was spending a lot of time in those days overdosing on Facebook and FOMO, fear of missing out. I'd go on there and see all my friends doing these amazing things. And there was my buddy I went to college with. He had already graduated from an amazing law school, got this corporate job, was making well over 6 figures. And there he was traveling with his girlfriend in Peru and proposing at sunset in Machu Picchu. And I'm like, man, I can't even get a date on OkCupid. This dude's got an amazing job. He's making all this kind of money. My life is in shambles. I hate my job. I'd come home every night to my roommate, Dan. And Dan would look at me, kind of roll his eyes, take a swig of beer, be like, Smiley, suck it up. Everyone hates their job. The truth is, 70% of Americans are disengaged at their jobs. 70%. I myself was one of those 70%. And it was only when I met other young people going through the exact same thing I was that I was able to have a breakthrough and find meaningful work. So then I went to a program called the Starting Block Institute for Social Innovation, which brings together young people, mostly 20-somethings, that are interested in social change. So I met these believers, and they were like, wait a second, Smiley. You want to move across the country, you want to start writing, you want to start supporting social entrepreneurs. You have to do that. If you don't do it, who's going to do it? It was an amazing thing, because when you find believers, you find accountability. I told people at Starting Block I was going to quit my job, and my buddy Evan was like, okay, when? And he texted me every single week, have you had the talk with your boss yet? Have you had the talk with your boss yet? The only reason I did quit my job, the only reason I did move to San Francisco, the only reason I did write a book is because Evan held me accountable. So remember that corporate lawyer I saw on Facebook getting engaged, my buddy that was at Machu Picchu? I was like, man, you're killing it, you're doing amazing, you have this amazing job, you're making all this money, I'm so jealous. And you know what he told me? He told me that after all those years of law school, after all that money and all that debt, that he hated his job as a corporate lawyer, and he's actually going to go back to school at the age of 30 to become a high school social studies teacher. Which is great for him, but what's the lesson? Instead of spending all this time worrying about what other people are doing, figure out where your gifts match the impact you want to make on the world in a way that allows you to live the quality of life that you desire. So once you have a sense of what impact you want to make, you have to hustle. There is no 4-hour work week when you find work that you care about or work that's changing the lives of others. This is meaningful work. This is not a cakewalk. This is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. I had 4 jobs when I was writing a book. So in conclusion, I'm not advocating that you find one calling, but I am advocating that if you surround yourself with believers now, if you pursue what is meaningful to you now, and if you hustle with intention now, you will change your life, you will change the lives of others, and you will change the world.